Before I jump into the scripture I've got for today, I want to remind you last week I shared during one of these 5 minutes with God sessions a story as we talked about a guy named David and a guy named Saul, and how David entered into the service of Saul because David was a musician, and at the time Saul was going through some dark times. He was feeling like he was under attack, and David would come in and he would play music, and it would calm Saul's soul. And so we talked about the power that music has to just bring peace to our situation. And so many of you have been voicing that music helps you kind of in these times of anxiety, these times of trouble. And so I challenge you guys, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But before we get there, I want to share another word of scripture with you. And this is the same David, but we're going to fast forward a little bit. Now he's actually on the run for his life. So David is now the one in a tough spot. And he talks about how hard it is to be in this place, and he's pleading to God for mercy and to be a refuge. And he picks up, though, in Psalm 57, we're going to jump in at verse 7. He says, "My heart is steadfast, O God, my heart is steadfast." So even though he's going through all these trying times, he's going through all this struggle, all this trouble, he's faced with the fear of death, he says, "My heart is steadfast, my faith is going to remain in you." And then he says this, "I will sing and make melody." So again, we're on this theme of music, right? Because David was a worship leader. "Awake, my glory, awake, O harp and lyre. I will awake the dawn. I will give thanks to you, O Lord, among the peoples. I will sing praises to you among the nations. For your steadfast love is great to the heavens, your faithfulness to the clouds. So be exalted, O Lord, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth." So again, we see David is in this tough time, and his response is to turn to music. He writes a song. Music has this power to speak into our dark times and just to kind of lift our soul or lift our spirit or lift our mood, or to remind us that God is there, to remind us that hope is there, or to remind us of the people in our lives that support us through these times as we support one another. And so last week I challenged you guys. I asked you a question. I said, what are the 1 or 2 songs that are helping you get through this? Because we're going to make a playlist. Well, guess what? We made a playlist. And so I'm so excited to share this with you guys today. This is a very diverse collection of songs, and I hope you listen to it, and I hope it just brings you joy, knowing that every single song on this list is bringing somebody hope through this situation. So I pray that as you listen to these words, you're reminded that you're not alone in this, that we're all in this together, and we can just have some of that stress lifted today as we remember the power that music has in our lives. So enjoy. The link is in the description. God bless, church.